Spring market is already here in Middletown, Cromwell, and Durham. It's not next month. It's not once the flowers bloom. It's happening right now. Showings are picking up. Buyers are watching new listings daily, and serious buyers are trying to get ahead of the competition before more inventory hits. If you're even thinking about selling this spring in Middlesex County, you need to start preparing now, because the sellers who win in the spring are not the ones who list in spring. They're the ones who prepare 30 to 60 days before everyone else. This is the video that is a must-watch. Once more homes hit the market in Middletown, once Cromwell inventory rises, Durham spring listings start stacking up, you're going to be competing. So if your goal is to list in the next 30 days, here are your 10 steps to make sure that you don't just list, you're going to launch. Step 1, decide. Are you going to be selling? Are you going to be selling this spring? Or are you just kind of waiting to see what happens? Because maybe sellers hesitate and serious sellers prepare. And preparation is what creates leverage, especially in this market where pricing strategy matters block by block. Even if you're 70% sure, you want to start now. Step 2, meet with an agent early, not 2 weeks before you want to hit the MLS. You want to do that now. In Middletown especially, condition and pricing are extremely sensitive. In Cromwell, buyers are comparing homes quickly, and in Durham, inventory is really tight, which means presentation matters even more. A strategic walkthrough 30 days before listing allows you to identify value-boosting updates. You're going to avoid wasting money. You're going to analyze active competition. And you're going to time your launch for maximum attention. The first price is your strongest price, and momentum in week 1 is going to be everything. Step 3. Look at your home like a buyer would. Stand outside. Look at the curb. What would you feel exciting about moving up? In neighborhoods, let's say near Wesleyan and Middletown, or in Cromwell subdivisions, the rural roads of Durham, first impressions set the emotional tone. So you want to trim the landscaping. You want to refresh the mulch. Power wash the sidings and the walkways. Connecticut buyers notice exterior maintenance immediately. You have to remember about why you bought this property. What was it that stood out when you drove up and said, this is the home for me? Step number 4, you're going to declutter aggressively. People want to see your house and not your stuff. Spring buyers in this area are looking for light. They're looking for space. They're looking for move-in ready condition. Now, that does not necessarily mean an updated kitchen. It just means clean. If you haven't used something in a year, you're going to pack it. Half-empty closets will feel bigger. Clear countertops photograph better. Especially in older Middletown homes where storage can be limited already, perception is everything. Buyers don't buy square footage. They buy how the home feels. Step 5, fix the small stuff. Loose door handles, chipped paint, old caulk lines, dripping faucets. When buyers in Cromwell, Durham, they see those small issues, they assume bigger deferred maintenance exists. So you want your home to quietly communicate this property has been well cared for, and small fixes create big confidence. If your home is going to be somewhere along a FHA or a VA type of property, you want to do things on the list. So ask your agent, what are the requirements for a VA or an FHA property? And you also want to fix those things in advance. That would be things like peeling paint or handrails going down the stairs into the basement. One of the things that's always missed is on a hot water heater, having your downspout or your release valve that's there. So little things like that, talk to your agent and go through all of those. Step 6, neutral sells. You don't need a full renovation, but bold paint colors or outdated fixtures, overly personalized decor, it can cost attention online. Spring buyers, they're going to scroll first. If your listing photos don't stand out in that area, you're going to lose showings. Remember, you want light, bright, and clean. Mass appeal wins in this spring market. Next, you want a deep clean, or you're going to hire out. The windows, the baseboards, the fan blades, grout. Clean homes photograph better and feel newer, especially in some of the more historic properties in Middlesex County where condition perception matters. This is one of the highest ROI steps in the entire process. Remember to also keep things clean, like your air conditioner vents or window sills. Any kind of dirt, again, would point possibly to deferred maintenance on the house and the things that people don't see. You don't want to wait for it to come up on an inspection list. Price for today's market, not last year's, not your neighbor's price. The rates have shifted and buyer behavior has shifted. So inventory is shifting weekly. Right now in Middlesex County, buyers can be selective, but they're still active. Overpriced by even 3 to 4% and you lose immediate momentum. And in the spring, days on market send a clear message. The first 10 days are going to determine your leverage. Consider a pre-listing inspection. This can be especially smart in older homes or in Middletown or in rural Durham properties. Surprises during inspection kills deals. Now, if you don't have the capital or the means to fix big things, then maybe you don't do that. But knowing what you're working with before negotiations does give you control. And control equals confidence. Confidence attracts stronger offers. And then you're going to plan your next move. Are you staying local? Are you moving out of Middlesex County or out of Connecticut? Are you buying before selling? So in the markets like Cromwell, Durham, Middletown, where inventory can be limited, timing matters. The smoother your transition plan, the stronger your negotiation position. Confident sellers negotiate better. Now, here's what most people don't realize about the spring market in this area. The first 2 weeks on the market, that's your spotlight window. If you hit the market prepared, you're going to create urgency. You're going to create competition, and you're going to protect your price. If you hit the market unprepared, you're going to risk sitting. And the sitting period during peak spring season raises questions. The next 30 days aren't about cleaning. They're about positioning. They're about controlling perception, and they're about launching strategically while buyers are watching. So if you're thinking about selling in Middletown, Cromwell, Durham, or anywhere in Middlesex County this spring, schedule your prep consultation now, even if you're 45 days out. The earlier you start, the more leverage you have, and leverage equals profit. If you want my full 30-day seller prep checklist for Middlesex, comment spring below or send me a message directly. The spring market isn't coming to Middletown, it's not coming to Cromwell, it's not coming to Durham, it's already here. The question is, will you be ready when the buyers are? I'm Devin with Dave Jones Realty, where we do everything but the packing.